Hello everyone and welcome back to Hates the Name Plays Monster Train. So, uh, we've been struggling a little bit with the Covenant rank 14 here. Uh, had a few failed runs. Today I'm thinking we're gonna go Stygian Guard with Awoken allies. My thinking here is Stygian Guard has a lot of high damage output potential with Frostbite especially, also with spell weakness. But I'm hoping to do a Frostbite build. And then the Woken works well as they got good tanks in their build, um, and then with healing spells to keep those tanks alive. So my hope is that we'll be able to set up a really solid front line and make some frostbite happen. I should check. What do you do? Devour spells. Okay, good to know. So none of this really helps with the frostbite, but this will actually kind of work with the consume spells to heal our pyre, so that's something. And we're gonna go Frostbite here, as that was our first plan to begin with. Getting two Titan's Teeth in the deck is quite nice. Let's see. And I think we can afford to turn this one on, particularly because we have this in the deck. So obviously we don't want our champion to die, so we're gonna do that to kind of help prevent it. But we do hope to draw something good to put up for defense here. And that's a pretty solid wall of defense. Because they're stunned, we're only getting one of them. This is the greedy play, but I think because it's early on, we can afford to be a little bit greedy about it. If we put a heal on him, he's going to be knocked down to 5, and then he would heal up to 6. Doesn't really make a difference as to how many attacks he takes, so we'll just put it on the guy at the back. Pyre takes a little bit of damage there, but as of this point, it starts being totally fine. Um, this hits 5 enemies, so let's use it down here where it's going to get every one of them. Let's go ahead and put this guy out front, and then might as well take out a couple of these guys. And then when I said out front, I meant in the middle or back. Okay, we want to take out as many of these units as we can before they reach this floor. Okay, so we can get rid of that, take out another one of them, and then you do 5 damage, so it's not really worth healing him up to 8 health because it doesn't make a difference to how many attacks he can survive. Um, so with that in mind, we will focus on that damage dealt. And here as well, we're gonna hit him as hard as we can, and he's dead, so we are happy. Yeah, we took a total of 3 pyre damage. That's totally acceptable for the sake of the trial. None of this works uh, with doing Frostbite. We could take Crypt Builder with the intention of getting some way of making Offering happen, because we do have the 2 Titan's Tooth cards already. So maybe I'll try that out. And here, Glimmer is an obvious good option. I do like Stings as well, just because they give you that extra draw in the future. But I'll take Glimmer. With Stygian Guard, it is often worthwhile going for a magic shop, so it seems like a fine option. Now that said, would we rather go this way and get a Stygian unit, or this way and get an Awoken unit? We might end up going this way on the next one, just because I don't know if we'll have a very solid what's the word I'm looking for? Duplicate target. I like this path, but we might also want to end up at the magic shop there. So we'll have to see that at that point. So I'm going to go this way this time. Oh, and we really like this unit. We really like that guy. So glad to see it. Nothing consumes currently, so we won't worry about that. This is really nice. We want to get something similar on Glimmer, but for now that's a really nice option. There we go. I mean, could do that again, but this is also pretty good. And I like making these cost 2, because then they're at least a little more playable during the match. Could have paid to remove a train steward, but I'm hoping we won't have to worry about it yet. We don't have too many units, so having a couple train stewards is okay. So you incant. That's not great for us. Casting this would take care of them. But wouldn't be free. So what we want to do maybe looks something like this. And then I think we take out the damage dealer at the front. Yeah, he's going to get a little bit stronger, but I think that's worthwhile. And we don't put either of those down. We have to use this to kill him, or this. You're already dead to Frostbite, so we won't worry about that. We'll just do this up there. This seems like a good option on this floor, honestly. Yeah, so now you're taken care of. And both of them are dying. We don't want to cast anything like this because it makes them hit harder. Now we'll do this just for the heal. And just to give us some more turns to attack and I guess some more damage here, we'll do that. And we'll give him some regen. How we doing? Already dead. You like to see that. Oops, I meant to put that on the front guy. Doesn't matter. Dead to Frostbite before he leaves the first floor. That was a solid fight. Couldn't have gone better. Did we not turn on a trial there? I feel like we must not have, and that's a mistake probably. I don't know when I did that. I don't know what to take here. Maybe restoration detonation? We want to be able to heal our tanks, which I intend to have at least one more of. But would we rather try and make a glimmer better? Maybe I take restoration detonation just because it's already healing 10 and dealing a good amount of damage. Any upgrades, of course, are very nice, but of these choices, it's a little bit weird, a little bit interesting. I don't think we want the spell weakness, and I don't think we need the multi-strike unit. We've got damage through frostbite options, so I think maybe we can actually make use of the Vine Mother. We can put that on the top floor, and it'll just feed our deck some extra cards that way. So I do think we go right here, because, I mean, what else are we going to duplicate? Another Titan's Tooth, maybe? Wouldn't be the worst option, especially if we do manage to make that offering trigger work for us. We could also duplicate Glimmer or Ice Storm. They're okay. Could also duplicate this guy. I really like this unit. I haven't upgraded him at all though, so that makes it a less optimal and less interesting move. So I think we do go right. And we were really hoping to see a tank in here. Without a tank, I'm far less interested. I could maybe make use of this guy. I'm just trying to think of what our setup would look like, or currently looks like. Maybe we have to consider upgrading Vine Mother into something of a tank unit, rather than just putting Vine Mother on the top floor and kind of like forgetting about it as like a utility unit. We'll kind of double double up its use as a tank and a utility unit. But then what do we want behind? Would we rather a sweep unit with a little bit of a slay trigger, or would we rather an Animus of Will that has the multi-strike? I haven't really given this unit its due diligence, you might say. I haven't really given it a fair trial. But we are kind of hoping to get that Frostbite unit, which has sweep as well. So maybe I don't need this. I should not skip too many units though. We do need to get stronger. I think this is acceptable. That's actually acceptable as well. That might be better for us in the long run. What we do need though is this guy to have more health. And if Vine Mother is going to be a tank, they also need more health. We don't have enough money for anything else here, so we'll move on. Not crazy about these, but I guess we could use some more Pyre health. Hopefully that's not too much of a dead draw for us too often. Okay, damage shield. That is a bit unfortunate. We have only a few ways of hitting the back unit, so only a few ways of hitting those. She's size 3, but he's only size, still, we wouldn't be able to fit a tank in front of this if we put them both together. She would have to be the tank, which for this fight could possibly work, but I'm not sure we're willing to take that risk right now. We can't risk losing him, at least not easily. So what we gotta do looks like this, because we don't want him on the top floor. We want him early enough that the frostbite's gonna matter, but we can't put him on the first floor without a tank there. So we're gonna put her down. We can give her a small boost. At least we put some frostbite on the boss as well. We just need something to put in front of our champion now, and we got what we wanted. Maybe we should have reversed this order. There's an argument to be made for that. See, we can't vine grasp that to kill it. It would just pull it forward, which doesn't really help. So to try and save some damage here, we'll just take that unit out. I wouldn't mind putting the restore on him, but it's going to make that guy stronger, so we'll just put the restore on him. Okay, that's totally fine. Do we have another unit to go in here other than a train steward? Doesn't really look like it. And this is why we can't really pass up on a lot of our unit options right now. Put the unit there. Gives us an extra bit of damage, which is something. Get a heal going here. Take advantage of those sting spells. We do need to keep Vine Mother healthy for as long as possible. I don't think we're going to be using this round. He has Incant. That's a bit annoying. If we use this, there's a very good chance it hits this guy and saves us a bit of damage, so that's worth doing. Oh, and wow, it really worked out for us. Now it's just a unit with no damage. So let's just take care of this, and then we might as well hit the boss for a little bit of damage. And we're still stacking up Frostbite on him, so that's very nice. Here, we want the heal, so that's a good start. We obviously want to cast that for free. I can't cast both of these and this, but I can cast one and then this, and then just hope it hits one of the Titan's Tooth. There's a chance it hits the Restore, and if that happens, it's okay. Didn't happen, it worked out for us, so even better. And now he's taking even more damage, which is solid. We're into the final wave here, and he's already dead. Which means we should do this. Let's get as much health off of this fight as we can. So that's awesome. That went exceptionally well. These are some interesting options. 10 health is quite a bit of health to just give to your unit, and then spikes are always nice as well. We have 3 offering cards in our hand, so this could work out like exceptionally well on a lucky draw if we drew this at the same time as 3 of our offering spells. And this can make stuff cheaper, which also works in our favor because most of our stuff isn't free. A lot of it doesn't cost more than 1, but some of it costs, 2 or 3. So the enhancement would work out for most of it. They're all interesting options. If we took either of these two, we'd want to make them cheaper. But honestly, the making a spell cheaper is one of the like guaranteed shop options, I believe. So that's an easy thing to bank on. And right now, I don't see anything else in here that we really need to make cheaper. I mean, we could stand to make this one cheaper, but we're hoping to trigger its offering effect a little more regularly. For the sake of our tanks, this might be the better option. This is what we were looking to see. I'm actually a bit tempted by this guy to get another one of him, but we gotta take her when we get the chance. Now, what do we need? Do we need capacity? Not totally. I'm not convinced that capacity is the answer, really. 5 capacity works for a floor with him, her, and him. So that's a solid floor for us. And then 5 capacity works for her and Vine Mother. So capacity isn't really what we need necessarily. Maybe Ember, because we do often have cards that we can't play because we run out of Ember. So there's an argument there, or maybe card draw just so we have more options. All of those are valid options. All of those make us better, but stronger. But I think this is the right choice here. Speaking of the correct choice, I actually don't know which one is correct here, because we always want to make our spells stronger. That's a big part of this deck. Right now, there's not really a major Stygian unit that we're looking for. If we got another Frostbite tank, it would be okay. But the free removal would be nice. But at the same time, getting all of this, I mean, granted, we don't need the pyre health. It would top us off nicely, but like some more money because we're not exactly rich. So if we do go to the shop, we're only going to be able to afford like the first 3 options it gives us. And then an artifact could make a big difference. So I think we go this way, and then maybe we even go this way on the next one. No, we should probably end up going here. We do want to continue to make some of our units stronger. So we should probably go this way on the next one. But then we need to go to a magic shop eventually, so maybe here. Although this side is very tempting as well. Oh boy. They're not making it easy on us. That's a magic shop, yeah, and it's got money, so that makes it a little easier to go that route. So if we do go this way, so let's see, this way, here, maybe this way, maybe that way. Okay, let's go this way. I don't think there's any reason not to pick up that pyre health now. I love this artifact when you have the ability to move units between floors, but we don't have that. So I guess this makes this the better choice. I mean, there is in Stygian Guard, I don't think there is an movement spell. I can't remember one that ascends or descends. I know there is with the Awoken. There's the Descend and Heal 10. But since we don't have it, I don't think we should really bank on getting it necessarily. So I'm gonna go with this, I suppose. And we want to keep going on our Frostbite, even though adding Sweep to it does make it nice for taking out other enemy units. The champion, the big goal of the champion in here, I think we can afford to turn this on. Big goal of the champion is to take out the boss. That's like the champion's main purpose, is to be there to dish a ton of Frostbite to the boss. So starting with these 2 units in our hand is kind of a pain. This is the same start we had last time. It's a pain because we don't have a tank. We would like to put something else in front of these guys, but we can't. I think what we do here is something like this to get some damage out here early, and she takes 4, which is negligible for 43 health. And then we do this, and we take care of all of these units. We're going to need a tank in front of them next round. Since they're full health, this does nothing, so we might as well actually... Well, we'll just do it to consume it, maybe. Although, we're about to take pyre damage, so maybe hold on to it for another turn. That would have been a great time to use it if we had, taken any damage prior to it. I'd like to get him, but more important is setting this up. I think it makes sense to have her in front. She's still doing fine, only taking 4 damage there. We can afford to do this and this, which is quite nice. And then we'll do that, just to make it a little, well, just because we had the mana, basically. Alright, we got our tank now to put in front, which is funny because our tank has less health than our actual damage dealer back there. But the tank, quote unquote, has less damage output. And the way I see it is if the Vine Mother dies, we'll likely already have several stings in our deck. They don't get consumed, so that's not really a concern. I Could put the heal on him because he has actually taken damage, so I will. And then just because we have the mana, might as well. Mana in the space. Okay. I'd like to, if we can get this guy killed, I'd like to do that. This should help. Yeah, now they're both dead. Here, I think this is a good option. Just to keep her going, we'll do that, and then we'll do this. So we do kind of, we have room for more units and such at the top there to really make a difference. Let's do that, and then let's do this, and now they're both dead. And with that done, I think we're going to give it to him. This floor is more important than this floor for the boss fight. And we'll give him the heal for the same reason. So this is easy. I think this is a pretty solid option. This also is a good idea. You don't need any more healing. I guess technically you could use some healing. But you're doing 7 damage. 7 times. Okay. I'm gonna just put it on the tank up here, just in case he does make it up. Although it's pretty close as is. I'm thinking this might make the difference. Yeah, and it did. I don't think we need any of these. We don't really have space on the floor for this guy. I mean, we could put him at the top, but we're not really casting spells up there usually, and I don't. The incant's not really worth it. And we don't do spell damage, so this isn't super worth it. And I find this to be kind of a dead draw. I mean, sure, it puts frozen on something in your hand, which is okay, and it has permafrost itself. So there's an argument for its use. I don't know. I don't feel it. Well, we got an option to descend a unit. And of these options, that is one of the more appealing. We don't have room on floors for this guy. Our floor setup right now is I like it. That was weird. I like our floor setup currently, so this has less appeal to me than usual. And we have, we have a 3rd floor capacity that we don't even fill up currently, so I'm not sure if I want that. It can be used on the bottom floor for heal, but it's like 2 for 10 heal isn't really great. Let me think. Yeah, we already have a target for our making them cost less. This isn't super good, so I'm gonna skip. Gold is valuable as well, so I don't feel too bad about that. Now, granted, we're pretty rich, but I think we're gonna go this way. I kind of want to go this way too because I like the artifacts, but this one wasn't like exceptional either, so maybe we'll end up going that way. Try not to overspend here so that we have enough money for our magic shop. Now we do have capacity on the 3rd top floor there with how we've been playing it, but I do think it's still worth removing those guys. Something like this is great to see. We really want this on this unit. This is quite strong. It's going to make our capacity a problem, but I think we could probably apply it now. We're pretty close to fighting, yeah, Fel right here, which is where we're going to get the chance to increase our capacity, which is probably what we'll end up doing considering this is an option. Getting him up to 100 health is actually really nice too. The only problem I have with this setup is just basically what we're going to do with the floor setup in the meantime, which is kind of obvious, but it's still a slight concern, but I think it's worth it, and this is just solid. Multi-strike units gaining that much damage is quite nice. I know we said we want to save a bit, but I think we still have a little extra to spend. I would love to give him more health. I'm not sure that this is quite enough health to be excited about. Like, we want to give him another 25 health is the better deal there. Giving her this much health might make it possible to use her as a tank in the meantime for our champion. That would mean he wouldn't be on the floor with them. He'd be somewhere else. But for the meantime, that might work out. Vine Mother doesn't have a ton of HP either, honestly, but they're full upgrades, so that's something. I'm just thinking if we end up, because we're gonna go to the caves next, the caverns or whatever. There's a chance we get a duplicate option, in which case we'd probably want to duplicate him, but we would want to have him fully upgraded before we duplicate him, so this might be a good option to do that. And putting quick on our sweep unit actually might be really nice, just to take out those small units. So that seems solid. So we might get a chance to duplicate, in which case we duplicate the tank, or we might get a chance to even... we're getting the blights, never mind. I was gonna say we might get a chance to give plus 25 HP, but we got this stupid, crappy event, so we're gonna just skip. There's one occasion where I like to see that event, and it's when we've already got those calcified embers, and we're just waiting to turn them into excavated embers. Then it's nice to pick up some more calcified embers. I think we can afford to turn this on. Granted, stealth is going to be kind of annoying. So we might end up leaving the bottom floor as like the empty floor in this occasion. Although, does stealth go away? Yeah, it goes away after the turn. Okay. So because we have an oversized her, we're actually going to put him down here. We're going to put him here and her here. We can do that and then heal up to full. We just need to draw something to put in front of him. Even if it ends up not being... Oh, well, it did end up being her, so that's good. We could put this guy down here. I mean, not really sure why we'd want to. We'll put him up here. So just to give him a little extra down here, maybe I'll put this in front just so that he takes a little less damage. Although the point of him is to take hits. But he's taking a big hit on this one. Okay, you're very dead, right? Yeah. His harvest. That's a bit annoying. I think this is worth just wasting those guys with. I don't love that this guy is surviving with so much health. That's an easy choice. That's pretty easy. Although I probably should have played it slightly different. 60 damage. We can make it work. There. That's a solid round, and you're already dead, so that's extra good. We have a brief respite here, so we'll make you tankier. Granted, she's in front of our champion, so we will give the heals there. Cast that just for the card draw. Now we were hoping to use up as much stealth here as we can. These guys are gonna die, so we don't need to do this, but we might as well save 14 damage the first attack. I think this is worth casting, so we'll decide what to do with one of our manas, our other mana here. Would we rather do 6 damage, or maybe we'd rather do 6 damage to this guy to save 14 damage on the first attack? So let's do it like this. And now you're taking 42. It's not a ton, but you know, we can't expect a ton when he's already got stealth. Well, this is an easy cast, so no decision making there. And it looks like we can play out the rest of our hand, which is really nice. So do this, that, give you some more health, and then we do that. You know what? I just realized that was... oh no, that was good. That was fine. That discards your whole hand. It was a good move. You're not dead, which is a bit scary, but I think the Frostbite should get you pretty quickly on this floor. Yeah, and if nothing else, the Animus would do him in. So I didn't love that it took till the 3rd floor to make that happen. That's a bit scary, honestly. We have room for any of these. Ice Storm less so, just because you have to upgrade it to make it useful. We already have one of these, but that doesn't mean we couldn't use another one. But also Sap is really strong. So I think we'll take Drain. Here, I think we make enough sting spells with our Vine Mother that we don't need to grab that. And we don't have enough spikes to make that worth grabbing. So this is really the main option to me here, and I think it's good enough to take. So we do want to upgrade our spells, so let's go this route, even though that's a bit of a waste. And you know, these feel like they're often less useful than this. But we don't have a lot of unit upgrading to do anymore. So yeah, all of our units are fully upgraded now. So if we were gonna upgrade a unit, we would need to gain a new unit, which honestly I don't know if we do anymore. We'll have to duplicate if we want another one, which we only have this one other option to duplicate. That does mean our 3rd floor is going to be a bit high and dry. So we definitely want to go here before we go here, but I think we go here before we go here. It's probably overthinking it, but it could be worth it. I don't think removing Consumed from either of those is worth it. I do think adding extra use and Consume to those is really worth it. And we want to make this cheaper. Let's re-roll this. Permafrost is sadly not what we're looking for. I really like this spell, and just making it hit that much harder is really nice. That's super nice for us. Yeah, I don't know what we would put Permafrost on. Maybe on this, and then we'd hold on to it until we draw this card or this card and can make it work. But honestly, I'm not really convinced by it. We can afford to do some more removal. I don't know if we need to remove a train steward right now, just because we do have capacity for them, and so it's, I guess, better than nothing. Removing one of each of the starter spells is pretty solid, though, I think. Oh, we don't want to skip this stuff. Okay, so we do get to leverage some pyre health, which is makes it good that we did this first. Yeah, we've got lots of money, but we got that heal right outside, so let's do the health. More health. I hope they give us a good artifact this time. I know sometimes that can be... That's pretty good. That'll work well against our end boss. So yeah, we're content with that. And we are perfectly 20 down, which I think this is what this heals. Yep. Nice. Back up to full. And that's why the order of operation matters there. Alright. It's going to be adding Scourge cards to our hand. And deck. Because of these units, we'd like our sweep unit on the bottom floor. I think we can afford to put him here. We can definitely afford to get rid of that. And then, do we sap them or do we sap her? Because they're dead because of the quickness, I think we just go ahead and try and sap her. I don't anticipate that lasting long enough to matter, but you never know. We might come back around, get sap again, and then keep applying it to some effect. Or we might not. Might never end up doing anything there. I think it's worth putting it on him still. And we'll put you at the top. And then this is obviously a better option than... Although they're all dead to her first attack. So maybe we cast it up here. Get a little damage to the boss. And also take care of one of those statues. Which are now all gone. That looked like they just turned into these units. Let's start with that. Easy cast. No one's been hit yet, so we don't need to cast these. I think it's worth getting this out of the way, and then we'll just do this to help with this unit and get some frostbite to the boss. Ooh. Hard draw's getting up there now. It's not a ton, but I think it's still worth it. Now you're dead or dying. That said, maybe we'll pull this guy forward. Make him a little more likely to be dead or dying. We want to end with this, so save 1 mana for that. Let's get him closer to dead or dying. I don't know why I keep saying it like that. With no other capacity around, I think we just put a train steward up here. We could have put a restorer down, but it's not worth much. This, we don't have anything to heal, so we'll just do that. Got some damage dealt to the boss, that's always good. Let's see, you guys are both dead, but you are dealing 12 damage. We could try to prevent some of that with a couple of spells. Or we could focus down here. That's an okay option there. I think we don't cast this. I don't think we need it right now, and also I think we just better off saving our pyre health as much as possible. I know we're at full health, but I mean, we want to keep it at full health for as long as we can. I think down here needs more help than here, so we'll do that. They should all be dead, I believe. Yep. solid. It might be worth putting a heal on her now, since she is starting to accumulate damage. Also, we didn't have a lot of great options, just some low cost, low value spells. You're gonna die to the spikes, right? Yeah, so then we're gonna get full multi-strike damage to the boss, which is really nice. Let's clear this. Well, let's hold on a second. Cast a lot of our zero cost stuff. We'll take him out so he can't take any of the damage from this. Very nice. Get rid of that. And then, again, I think we might as well sap her, because that guy's dead. Clearing that floor, clearing the whole train was really nice to see. This is going quite well. You're not taking as much damage as we'd like right now, but I think we can change that a little bit. We definitely want to cast this for the last two. The question is, do we put one thing of regen? I think we do this. That's a lot of health back for him. There, and we get some damage and as much frostbite as we can. And now, with that much frostbite, you are already dead. We would just do this, and something like that. We do this, and this, and this, and this. And now you're super dead. Boom. Alright, that went well. And now we can add capacity. Okay, this is an interesting choice. I haven't really found us needing that. Draw 3 spells and enhance them with Consume, plus 20 magic power and 0 cost. I think we can afford this because we have this. I think we can afford to do this. I'm going to try it. I hope it doesn't totally bite us in the butt. And capacity is what we wanted here, so that's what we took. We're in the rare situation where I actually do have enough gold that we could make this work. That said, I don't have an obvious target for removal. I mean, maybe a couple of lances or restores. Just because we now have capacity, we can use the train stewards at the top again. But I think we still want to go right, because we still want to keep making our spells better. Which there are a couple ways to do that, like double stack, or holdover on one of these maybe. This is already full. We can give this plus 10 damage, give any of these that plus 20 and consume. Same with either of these. Can make these do a little more damage or double stack. That'd be good too. More damage on these would be good. But we are kind of running out of, like, all of those options I listed are somewhat small. Maybe putting like holdover on this is actually large enough to be excited about. But I guess we're kind of hoping on the best. That's not what we were looking for. So making this stronger was one of our wishes. I'm gonna make this cheaper, in case we get holdover. Let's see what we get. Double stack. Double stack is nice as well. I don't think we put it on this though. I think we put it on Frostbite. And then magic power, of course, is always good. Here, we might benefit most from putting it on one of these spells. And then we can make this one cheaper just because it's a little more castable. And I think we hold on to our gold. And I mean, might as well, just so it doesn't tell me we're skipping something. We gotta keep this going. Okay, this is one of the more difficult um, trials. And I think that's an Ember Drain unit. It is. With sweep. So it's already going to be kind of tough. I don't think we need to turn on the trial to make it worse. Granted, we have a lot of pyre health, and the 400 gold would make our next route a lot easier. Because of his sweep, we can't really afford to put our champion back here. I guess we put him up here? Or do we just hold on to him and wait for it to come back around, and then hopefully it's in time for the boss, but not too early that these guys are still showing up? It's really, like, this is really painful to just skip out on, but he would just murder him, so it's useless to put him out there. So we don't mind that. Although, I'll do that just to get the results. Probably should have cast this. It's a little greedy, but we've been ungreedy with the trial, so I think we can afford to be a little greedy with that little bit of money. Since she's so strong, we don't mind putting her out there. And I think we can afford to put her down here. We'll put train stewards in front of her to try and keep her going. Let's get him out front so that he takes as much damage as possible. And I think it's worth doing this. How much damage does our pyre do? 40? And you're going to take 21. So if we deal another 5 plus 10 frostbite, I think we get you down to a very killable range for the pyre. One hit kill. Maybe it wasn't necessary for one hit kill, but that's fine. Okay, so we got Ember drained, so that definitely hurts. You're dead, so that's very nice for us. You are very alive, so let's change that. We can afford to do this just to save some damage here. This guy surviving, he has no damage, so we don't mind. So let's focus some damage on that floor. We need to put something in front of her, so we need a train steward. And that's what we got. Yeesh. This guy's so well hidden that it's really a pain. We could sap him. We could cast this and hopefully get something worth using it on. We got options basically, but I'm not sure which ones are the correct choices. I kind of like this just to give her a better tank. I also do like the idea of sapping this unit. And since they're sapped, we don't need to daze them, so we'll daze this guy. Yeah, so that's fine. We have taken a little bit of damage, but not much. That's free, so we'll do it. You are not dead. You have 20 health. We can get 17 damage done. And I think this 4, yeah, the 4 is already included in that -9, so it wouldn't be enough to do just 17. You'd still make it up. So there'd be no point in focusing on that anyways. You only have sap 2, which means next round you are going to be able to do damage, and the round after that you're going to do more damage to the pyre. But we can't actually reach this guy with anything except for this, and I don't think that doesn't make too big of difference. So I think we do this here. Now he's got like 5 HP remaining, so now he's dead. We'll heal there, which is quite nice. It's a good heal. Oh, and because we consumed, we healed our pyre as well. If we're lucky, we'll be able to do something to that unit at the top. We didn't get our champion drawn yet, which is a bit unfortunate. Now, here's the question. Do we worry about this guy at all, or do we just focus on this? And I think the answer is we have to focus on this guy, because we're only doing 152 right now, and he is a very tanky fella. So let's hit him with the free stuff. That's easy and obvious. This does the most damage, and then this does the most damage. So those were our best options. We did cut his health down by a bit, and set our floor up for the best results possible there. Here we hope to draw our champion. We did. Now the question is, each of these is, oh, there's 3 attacks in front of him. Here there would be 2 attacks. We could heal her, but with 3 attacks in front of him, we put the champion back here. We gotta be careful about how we spend our mana here. So this is free. This is free. This is gonna be a finisher. Assuming it doesn't get discarded. This does make a difference in terms of how many attacks he takes. So that gives all of our units an extra turn. I think it's worth doing this, and then this, and then this. But I admit it's risky, because this could discard Frenzied Swarm, which would be pretty bad. We would be cutting down his attack, but we would still be allowing him to attack. But I think that's enough damage to be happy with. Now, is it worth cutting his attack down at the risk of allowing him to attack another turn? It's a 1 in 3 chance that it hits the wrong card. It hit the wrong card. Okay, we feel bad about that, but I'm hopeful that we'll still be able to make this happen on the 3rd floor. Yeah, we've got lots of damage going out there already. We just have to make up the little bit of difference, which isn't going to be too hard. We just look something like this. Discarded the wrong card. Well, it's going to survive and hurt our pyre now. Which you hate to see, but oh well. All very interesting options. We do have, I mean, we have both of these, which enables this. It's a tough call. What's the better option here? I think I'll go with this one. I like this heal, so I'm gonna go with it. Now I have a kind of a tough choice. We don't have units that need to be upgraded, so that makes this probably the better choice. But I kind of wouldn't mind getting a duplicate of something, because we do have a lot of room for units. But I guess at this point, we don't really have that option to make use of it, so I guess this is the right way. Grab the pyre health here. That's decently full. And then let's see. I think Frostbite not decaying is probably our best choice of these. That's not really worth it. And we can't re-roll and afford anything. We got the holdover we were hoping for. Put in our 0-cost Frenzied Swarm. Now all of our offering spells are free, which is really nice. I do think it's best on that. We're not going to be able to afford to re-roll and do this, so we'll just take this, and that's all we've got. So I do often feel like we're hoping to get a little lucky in this fight, and then oftentimes we do not get lucky. And I'm prepared for that to happen. It'll be pretty disheartening, I'll be honest, if we get totally unlucky. We've gotten a little bit unlucky already. Just a little bit. I hate to see this consume, but we have a 50% chance of keeping it. We kept it. Nice. And I think we actually did heal off of it still, even though we kept it. So that's really good. So why we got a little bit unlucky is because we have a harder time getting this set up properly. I think that's fine. Granted, we would kind of rather put our train stewards up here to actually have units up there, but we needed to put our champion out. We couldn't wait like last time. But we also need a tank in front of our champion. She can act as tank for now, which is solid. And we need a tank in front of this unit as well. I'd like to play this, but I don't want to risk consuming it. So I think we actually just do this, and then we can consume that, and it's fine. It's a 6 damage spell. Okay, we got our actual tank for the bottom floor, so that's nice. And we also have this to enable this, so that's also really nice. I think we can be okay with consuming a sting spell since we're gaining one every round as long as Vine Mother is alive. Granted, this is also an option to consume, but we didn't even consume it anyways, so it's no problem. Let's prevent this unit from causing us any trouble. Although this unit does more damage, so maybe... But I guess we can do this to get rid of that unit. Although this is going to take care of both of those units in one... Well, I guess I wouldn't kill this guy. Let's hit him. We could sap the boss, but I mean, then I guess we'd be putting Frostbite on the boss, which is good too. But we're not gonna gain anything from sapping the boss. So now they're both dead, which is really good. It'll clear the train, at least until they show up. This is a solid option. We'll get the heal and kill off those units. I completely forgot that it would consume the first spell, which we really have to keep in mind because it sucks to lose Glimmer like that. An upgraded Glimmer, nonetheless. We have no way of discarding this, so I might just want to cast it. I think that's worth it. Yeah, we take 1 damage, but the amount of damage prevented from these units is worth it. In my mind. Okay, first spell cast is going to consume. So let's start with this. I'm thinking. Then I like this. I think now is a fine time to cast this. We preserved that, so that's nice. You're dying. I wish you were also dying, but oh well. I guess I could have done it down here for a little more damage prevention. Okay, we'll kill that guy with the sting spell, so no problem. And we should start with that, because it's going to consume. Although this already consumes, so might as well start here. This'll kill this guy. So we're gonna cast that for this. So we can afford to do this. This is a good option. Let's do a little more damage here. Okay. Let's see. This one already has consume on it, so we're okay to cast it first. You. We'd like to kill you, so let's just do it like that. Dang, we can't hit that guy in the back without casting. Well, this'll hit him for. Oh, let's cast this here. Okay, well, it didn't hit him, but it did do some work for us, so I'm not mad about it at all. Let's do that. This guy's surviving with a fair bit of HP, though. I don't think we really need the regen right now, so I'm inclined to kind of do this, though there is a concern about putting consume on too many of our spells, especially really good ones like these ones. But that said, we didn't preserve it. That's a shame. This has offering. I don't know if it consumes when it's offered, so we're gonna try that out in hopes that it won't consume. I think let's do this so that all the damage gets put on him. And we preserve that one, which is really nice. We might as well do this. Just get it. Oh, it doesn't get out of our deck. We should have cast this instead. So yeah, right here. Okay, did consume that. Was it a crypt builder? Yeah. It's a shame, but hopefully it'll be alright. We're applying a lot of Frostbite to the boss already, which is really nice. Okay, we're on final wave. Not as much Frostbite as I was hoping. 1524 is pretty good. I don't think we have to worry about that guy. This, not too big of a worry either. First spell is consumed, so let's see if we have any already consuming spells. We do have a couple. So that one did consume, but that's okay. Let's do that, and that, and that, and that, and that. Full health already, doesn't matter. Let's do that. Now we're at 1887. And because Frostbite doesn't consume, doesn't reduce turn over turn anymore, I think we're gonna have a pretty solid chance here. Yeah, 2 turns and he's dead. And he's already dead. So, nice. This worked out exceptionally well for us. You love to see it. You really, really do. If this hits that, I was gonna say we're cursed. All right. There we go. Covenant rank 14 in the bag. It took a few tries, but we did it. Frostbite is my champion. It's the easy button. I mean, it took some doing. I'm really glad that we made that one work. So, Pretty happy with that. Let's see what Covenant rank 15 brings for us. Rank up. Add a copy of the Allied Clan starter deck. Starter card to your starting deck. Jeez. Just more mediocre to bad spells in your deck. Alright. Well, thanks for checking me out, everybody, and we'll see you in the next one. Bye.